All right, we are at about 2 minutes past. We do still have a couple of folks who are trickling in, and I do see tons of answers coming through about where everybody is from. So thank you all for everybody for participating in that fun little activity. We will go ahead and just get started. Before we do, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today on our call. My name is Amanda. I work here at AppSmart, and I'm going to be co-hosting this call alongside the amazing Intuit QuickBooks team. Joined with me on this call is Dana Wiggins. She is the Senior Partner Development Manager, and Matt Bright, Senior Product Specialist, and they both are from Intuit QuickBooks. You guys are only going to hear my voice for a little bit longer before I'm going to pass it over to our experts here. I just wanted to share a couple of housekeeping rules. You can use our chat and the Q&A feature throughout today's call to ask any questions. Matt and myself are both going to be monitoring the chat and the Q&A feature, and Matt will be answering any questions as they arrive and asking them to Dana as needed. Second, this call is being recorded, and we will be sharing the recording with everybody after the call. So if you do have to drop early, no worries. We will send the recording over to you. With that, I am going to hand it over to our wonderful QuickBooks team. Dana and Matt, you can take it away.
Great. Thanks, Amanda. We're just so excited to be here as a part of the newly launched in the AppSmart Marketplace and taking you into what we're looking at as the mid-market business and giving you the product and the tools to grow and expand those types of customers that you might be working with. So as Amanda said, please let's try to keep it as engaging as we can, even though you can only chat or raise your hand. But Matt's going to be there to help. And if we have any questions that need to be taken during the session, we are more than happy to do that. But with that, let's just go ahead and jump right in. First question, if you could either put it in the chat or raise your hand, let us know how many of you are accountants. How many of you out there are accountants? And Matt, you're going to have to help me manage that and tell me, yeah, I got a yep, and that might be a I'm not really, or maybe I am an accountant. Okay, well, the best part about being here today is you don't need to be an accountant. We're not accountants. And but we want to show you how the QuickBooks is going to be able to fit into what you are offering out to your customers and be really easy for you to bring those dollars in and to grow your business and to find something that we're going to talk about a little bit later that is something that customers stay with, right? Intuit's got a great brand recognition. We've been around for a long time, and people know who we are. So it's going to help you get in the door a little bit. It's also going to help you keep those customers because people do not change once they are in a financial management platform. So with that, let's just go ahead and jump right in and talk about the partnering together. So first is we're just really excited about being a part of the marketplace with this AppSmart team. Just getting rolling out the door, you could go out to the marketplace and actually see some of the tools that we have out there and see a little bit about the product, and we'll cover that a little bit later as well. With that, we want to talk about, you've probably seen the Intuit brand, but what does that mean to you? So you're going to see the different models that we have here. And of course, for us, we are always focusing on powering prosperity. These are brands that you've likely heard of and maybe even utilize them today. So people that are out there, you probably maybe have used Credit Karma, or in your business, maybe utilizing the MailChimp. That's our most recent acquisition here back just at the beginning of the year. So those are some really great products that help out the world in general. What do we have with AppSmart? It's going to be QuickBooks. So today we can talk about a little bit about QuickBooks Desktop. That's an offering that we are going to assist you and those customers that you have or that you come across that have desktop in moving them to the online. So if you go out to the marketplace, you're going to see QuickBooks Online, and you're going to see the Advanced, the Plus, the Essential, Simple Start, Payroll, and Time. And we'll talk more about all of those in just a little bit. Okay. So we have been around since the early 80s, and the product has just really evolved since then. Obviously known for what we have in the desktop platform, but now even more known for what we have on the online capability. Here's just a few little stats that people have shared with us, and we know that customers, when they've moved to online, they're so much happier with it. They don't have to be sitting at one desk and you know, trying to get into the solution to do whatever that needs to be done with the invoicing or those types of things. Now they can do it from wherever they are, even from their mobile. Okay. So since 2001, when we launched QuickBooks Online, we've really seen the value of moving away from desktop. And we know that online is going to really help us support growing into the new markets and better be able to serve our customers. What do we mean by that? That's really just making sure that, you know, it's online, it's always active. Anytime we have an enhancement, it's going to be immediate to the customers. They're going to have access to it right away. And one of the biggest things that we have is what makes it unique for each and every one of your clients is those 700 different applications that can be attached to it. So if you've not checked out apps.com, please do. So apps.com is our marketplace on the different apps that have been tested with the QuickBooks Online offering. That's going to give you any kind of customization for if your customer is in construction or, you know, different other types of markets that they may be in. Maybe it's a law firm and they want to have some things that are specific to them. Maybe it's just special reporting, something that's a little bit different than what we've included in, say, Plus or Advanced platform. So take a look out there, and we'll have more sessions later about how you can learn about working with those different integrations later on. So we know that cloud is the new normal, but we're always going to be adding features and functionality. And so we don't want to spend too much time on, you know, what the actual functionality is, but we do want you to make sure that you have a chance to check out apps.com. So let's jump into what that ecosystem does look like. And again, we know you're not an accountant, but we're going to be here to help you with this. We just want to make sure that you have access to knowing what the different offerings are. So the first one is going to be our Simple Start. Probably not going to see very many opportunities here with the Simple Start platform. This is really a very small platform, really designed for, you know, just like that single employee, or not even an employee. So just a single proprietor, really basic functionality. So I'd be surprised if you actually come across any Simple Start opportunities. But moving into Essentials, you will see that fits very nicely with service-based businesses that are invoicing for their time. Other things that can be done are like tracking their bill status, recording payments, create recurring payments. If you kind of think to different types of service markets, like maybe landscaping services or others that do monthly recurring type needs, those are going to be the types of customers you might put into the Essentials line. Moving up a step from that, you're going to have all of those features and functionality. Plus, in the Plus is where you're going to start to see those that have maybe projects, or maybe they've got some inventory that want to keep track of. Potentially they have contract workers. So whether they have their own employees or they have contract workers, the Plus platform is going to be a good solution for anybody that does want to move into the contract workers. Really good when it comes to tracking labor costs, and of course, taking out payroll expenses with job costing. Going to be the first place you go if somebody is looking for job costing, is going to be that Plus platform. Okay. And then at the top here, we've got Advanced. So between Plus and Advanced, that's probably where you're going to find most of the opportunities with the customer sizes that you're working with. We really find that this is fitting for the larger of the SMBs. And for us, SMB, small to mid-sized businesses, is really those businesses that probably have less than 150 employees. So around that 10 to 150, which of course is a huge market out there. When they move into the advanced offering, this is typically a type of a client that is going to have advanced reporting needs. They're going to want to be able to see their expenses, profits at a glance, things such as that nature. The other thing about advanced is how many people need to get into the solution. So our financial solution is going to give them 25 users with the advanced, and then just 5 users with Plus. So if they have a lot of people that need to get in there and touch the invoicing and those types of things, advanced might be the way to go for them. Okay.
Dana, before you move on, we have a couple of questions coming in. One is from Wes. He said, is the user count based on total head count or AP/AR roles?
AP/AR. So those are the people that need to actually get in and, again, touch the invoicing, do something specific with reporting, those types of things. Great question. Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
And I think we've got one more. We've got Tony who's got his hand up. So Tony, I'm going to allow you to talk very quickly to ask your question.
Hold on. Okay, unmuted myself. For those customers that we already have that use QuickBooks Online, can we transition them to under AppSmart?
That's something that we're working on. So it's not available today, but we will certainly keep you posted when that's available.
Cool.
Yep. Good question.
And one last question, Dana. Nick was asking if we have a client who runs 2 different businesses, which online product works best?
That's where you actually fall into the specialty here. So I think I know, but I'll let you go ahead and respond.
Yeah, so I mean, there's not a hard and fast rule. We do have some businesses who have multiple businesses. If one is really a small service based, one could use Essentials, but typically, and one could use something else, but typically Advanced is where we're going to point that customer. And of course, we want to get to know the customer, their workflows, their needs. But the reason why we recommend Advanced is in Advanced, we do have a feature called Spreadsheet Sync. And that does allow you to take the receivables, payables, profit and loss, balance sheets, the major reports that you need to run as a business owner, and combine those across multiple files. So QuickBooks Online Advanced is going to work best if you want to take all of your businesses and again, combine them back into financial reporting.
Great, thank you. Okay, let's talk about what else can be added that falls underneath what we have in the marketplace. Has anybody out there done payroll? Does everybody like to get paid? Payroll is very important to a business. Making sure that things are done timely to make sure that they're accurate. And boy, oh boy, if there is ever an issue by not paying your payroll taxes and doing them timely, that is a huge issue as well. So with payroll, this is going to be something that is, again, got 3 different offerings here. So we've got the Payroll Core. Again, why do it manually when we can calculate all those paychecks and taxes and automate those forms for the client for you? We've also got Premium. The biggest change here is that you're going to get everything from Core, and then you're also going to get the GPS tracking for those employees that are on the go. Again, if you think about anybody, HVAC or landscaping, those types of companies that have people out on the road and we want to know where they're at, make sure that they're safe and timely. This is a great offering to put them into with the payroll premium there. One other thing that's nice, we'll talk about in just a moment, is QuickBooks Time. And you'll see at the bottom here that QuickBooks Time is premium version is also included with the payroll premium. When we jump up to the Elite offering, that's also going to include Time Elite. So that's going to help with giving you extra protections or giving your clients extra protections, tax penalty protection. It also includes personal HR advisors. So if we're wanting to do things like create a handbook or do some policies, you're going to be able to get assistance within our HR offering along with the standard payroll that goes with that as well. What's really great about working with our payroll and time team is that, again, we're going to do it all for you. So we'll talk a little bit about what Matt and I are here for, and then the team that helps support us. You will actually not only have just Matt and I dedicated to AppSmart advisors, we also have a couple of payroll and time people. So you'll get to know them. They can help you with the applications. They can help you get those customers set up. Really trying to make sure that it is as easy as possible for you to sell and support those clients once you talk to them about QuickBooks. Okay. Next piece is the time. So yes, time is one of the easiest ways for customers to simplify their businesses if they've got employees. We have the #1 time tracking software, and it also includes features like being able to do it mobile, or a mobile app. You've got scheduling capability, you've got team management, and of course, reporting that comes out of that. Again, it's going to be included with either premium payroll or elite payroll as well. Another thing that is interesting about payroll and time is you can sell those separately. So somebody may have, something that they put together or another platform that they have that for their financial management, but you can still talk to them about payroll, or you can talk to them about time. we'll talk a little bit about some competitors in a minute. One of these competitors actually uses QB Time to enhance their payroll offering. So very strong offerings when you're looking at managing what those employees are doing. Any other questions on those?
Yeah, we've got tons of questions coming in, and I know Matt is doing a great job at trying to answer them. I know we did answer a question from Mark, but I wanted to make sure everyone had, kind of knew this and heard this. Mark asked, can we upgrade an existing QuickBooks customer from desktop version to online version and get credit?
Absolutely, yes. And we're going to talk in a little bit about the support mechanisms that we have in place to help you do that.
Awesome. And then Tony asks, he has a couple of questions. So one, what advantage does the end user receive by going through AppSmart? I want them to do so for integration support, etc. And then his second question is, would a customer use QuickBooks as a replacement for ADP, Paychecks, etc., which I know you're going to talk about the competitors. So a little ahead
into that one and then see if the questions are still there. Yeah, by buying it through AppSmart, it's really just kind of taking their entire offering and just finding those different things that you can bring together for your clients. And then of course, knowing that the support, we'll talk about support in just a few minutes as well. By knowing, the teams that you're used to working with, if I need support, whether it's pre or post sales, the AppSmart team has gone through the training when it comes to our offerings here at Intuit, and can, answer those quick questions at the same time that they're answering questions about Microsoft or another offering that you might be putting out in front of your customer. So really great solution, really great partner for all of us. Great. We are going to share the presentation as Amanda had shared earlier. So I'm not going to talk about each and every one of these little things, but you're going to run across, clients that are maybe utilizing FreshBooks or Sage or Xero. So these are the platforms probably that we see the most, as far as competitors go. Just a little bit of notes about them, like Xero has tiered pricing. Their payroll is a third-party provider. On Sage, we know that they have challenges with non-project oriented clients because everything that they do has been project focused from their inception, like when they put that product together. And FreshBooks doesn't have much for payroll or 1099. So, some of the things that we've come across that customers have told us is why that they have come to the QuickBooks offering. Same thing, couple of slides here. We've got ADP or Paychecks or Gusto. You probably have heard of ADP. I know that they are absolutely the leader when it comes to the payroll offering. But they do have a lot of added fees for different things that typically we don't charge for. One of the biggest cost savers for us is that with our payroll, we just do it by the month. So the cost is by the month, by the number of employees. Sometimes you're going to see with our competitors is that they're going to be charging by the payroll run. So if you are running payroll every single week, or you're doing special payrolls, throughout a different month or different time periods, sometimes that can get a little bit expensive. Okay. So same thing, Paychecks and Gustos, they've got a setup fee, additional fees for it. On Gusto per employee for anybody that's in the system. That's a tough one for anybody that does any kind of workers that are not on every payroll. So if you think of people that are just maybe working in the summertime, but I don't want to have to take them out and put them back in when summertime is over. That can be very expensive when you're paying for those employees and they're only working for 3 or 4 months out of the year. Okay. And then finally, when it comes to time, Hubstaff, ClockShark, ExactTime, and Replicon, all great solutions that are out there. But again, keep in mind that we have been named #1 in the marketplace. And we would love to have the opportunity for our time specialists and our payroll specialists to work with you to talk about what the solution might be able to bring compared to either what your customers have today or what they need to grow into if they're not utilizing something already. Okay. Great. So with that, where are those opportunities? So what we're going to find, if you take a look at this, it's really just about everywhere. Organizations that have about 10 to 150 employees, we're finding are probably the best targets. But as you can see here, everything from hotel, restaurants, retail type customers, manufacturing, really big for any type of professional services and construction. These are all really great targets for the QuickBooks offering. And don't forget, we've got those applications over there at apps.com that really can help customize what that offering looks like for each and every one of your clients. If we take a look at what our typical users are, the ones that we're finding so far with our AppSmart advisors, is that we've got the clients that are falling into two different groups. Here on the left side, we've got those that really haven't grown into a financial solution set yet, or maybe they're new and they've been kind of keeping track of things in Excel. There's lots and lots of businesses that have really talented people that utilize Excel and other homegrown type solutions, but maybe they're ready to grow into something to help them manage everything, especially when they start to add employees. It's going to be important for them to have that payroll and time capability. The other group that we really run into is those that are overserved. So maybe they've downsized over the last few years, or maybe they were sold into something that they're not using all of the functionality that was built into it, but they're still having to pay for it. We can help bring them into the right sizing of what they might need within the QuickBooks family. Okay. And then we've got what we like to call sticky customers. So everybody out there is looking for sticky customers, right? Isn't that what we all want, is those customers that are never going to go away? Well, here's what we can do. We're going to treat it like QuickBooks is a little bit like super glue. So with that, you can see in this first box here that we've got 7 years. If you think about companies not looking at even evaluating their financial management systems except every 7 years, that is the true meaning of a sticky customer, somebody that it's just locked in for you for that long. So by adding QuickBooks Online and including some of the other offerings with your offerings, you can be really be that preferred provider for a very long time for those customers. Again, our goal is just to make this really easy for you to earn and to keep those new clients. So again, really nice things about why customers love us. We've been trusted for a very long time. We're known for being easy to work with. And of course, there's no ongoing maintenance or support fees when we look at what we have with the online offering. So I'm sure you're probably wondering how we can go ahead and get started. So with the first thing that we can do is you can start telling your clients about it. And again, we don't expect you to have all of the messaging and all of the email things to be able to send out to them today, but we have it ready for you. So we have a marketing toolkit that's going to include those customizable email templates. We've got some digital content if you want to update your website, of course, the logos to help you with QBO. And we've got a brand new playbook that's coming out soon that'll help walk you through all the different steps that you can take as well. So that's the first step, right? Getting the message out there so that your clients know that this is an offering that, excuse me, that you have. And then if you take a look at the training side, we've covered a lot today. We've got a little bit more to cover, but this isn't it. So if you want to know more, then we would love to have the opportunity to invite you to our training courses. Our training courses are really focused on the product, not on being an accountant. We're not going to teach you how to move things around in somebody's books. We don't want you touching their books. The capability is for what does the product offer? What are the features that are going to make their day-to-day jobs a little bit easier so that they're not spending 15 hours a week, trying to make sure that payroll on time is turned in so that their employees can be paid. Again, trying to make that very easy. Currently, we've got instructor-led classes, and they are held every day, all day long. Calendar goes out a month ahead of time, so you can really determine which courses you would like to take. Again, trying to make that as flexible and as easy for you to attend. And then relatively soon, we will also have these sessions, or there'll be different sessions that are going to be e-learning. So you'll be able to join them if you want to take a class at 5 o'clock at night or 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Those will be coming out soon. And again, be a little bit more small snippets of the courses that we have available that as instructor-led. So we're very excited about that platform. It's a brand new platform for us, and it's coming out soon. All right, so you've been trained a little bit on it and you've told your clients about it, but now what? You're still not a specialist. I've been here for almost a year and a half and I don't have the slightest. I have to turn to Matt for everything. So what do we want you to do? We want you to call us. All right, so we have the experts for you. We have a brand new motion that we're calling Sell With. Real creative, right? We're going to help you. We're going to sell with you. Our teams are being compensated. Your teams are being compensated. We want to be hand in hand with you. So what we do is just really engage with us. So typically I'm going to be kind of your first line of support. But we do have, once you get to know and start working with our Sell With team, you'll be able just to reach out to them individually. You'll be able to set time with them and, determine which one of your current customers that you have out there. We have a platform that actually allows us to take a look at your current customer base and determine, do we think they're using QuickBooks without even asking them? Or are they a good target based on their size? Those types of things. This is also very the important information for you to know which ones that we really want to find success with. So what we do is we have you work with a third party that we cover the cost of, and makes it a lot easier so that you don't have to worry about me knowing who all of your clients are. You get to work with that third party. They're going to help you decide which ones are the best targets, and then you're going to bring our teams in to help you sell. So that's what's really great about that. We're going to help you uncover those leads that are in your current base. We're going to help you determine which ones you want to target that fit into everything else that you sell. Okay, so making that really easy. And then, of course, being able to do the migration. We've already had that question come up. Migration is huge. I know that I'm trying to think what the numbers are. I think it's 4.2 million customers are out there right now already on QuickBooks Online. But guess what? We have over 8 million customers that are QuickBooks accounts. So there's more than 4 million out there that need to be transitioned. And of course, there's a ton out there that haven't even started with QuickBooks yet. So great target market for all of you. Again, when it comes to selling with, these guys are going to really kind of do it for you. They're going to be able to be on the call with you. They're going to be able to ask the right questions. They're going to be able to make sure that we put your clients into the right solution each and every time. And then again, if we add some payroll and time, we're going to help with those specialists to get you set up so that they can actually set the clients up for you. Once you feel a little more confident, or if that's not the right motion for you, you've got a customer, you're ready to go with them, we're happy to do the demo. So between Matt or our support team, they'll do demos for you so that your customers can take a look at what the offering looks like, and or just do general consulting, right? Making sure that, again, we know which solution is going to be best for them to move forward with.
So Dana, I know you kind of just covered it, but we did get a question in our Q&A a little earlier. Diane wanted to know, if we put a lead in, is there someone specific that they work with to figure out what service they should sign up for, and then also setups and support? So from what I heard, that main point of contact would first be you, and then from there, they might, move over to Matt or somebody on Matt's team.
Yeah, actually, so we'll start with myself or Matt, and then we do have that dedicated team behind this that you'll be able to actually have their Calendly to be able to schedule a call time with them. But in the first, we just want to make sure that everybody, we work together in the beginning. We do the proper introductions so that you're not just stranded being tossed off to somebody on our team. So yes, if you would please reach out to me for those first couple. And then after that, of course, we would love for you just to be able to be engaged with them on a regular basis and let them help you.
Perfect. And I have one more question. Brett wanted to know, we talked earlier that if we move someone from desktop to online, they would get, credit, the advisors would. Brett wants to know, is that only if you have a subscription offer as far as like getting a credit?
I don't know what he means by a subscription offer.
Or option. I think if somebody, like if they move to online on a subscription base.
Yes, everything
is
a subscription for us on the online offering. Yeah, it's a monthly subscription for you. Yeah, hopefully that's what you're asking. If not, reach back out.
And where it may get a little confusing is we do have desktop subscriptions and online subscriptions. But if you take someone from a desktop subscription to an online subscription, it would still be the same thing. That'd be a net new QBO customer, right, and you would still get credit for it. So that may be where there might be some confusion. But yeah, as long as they're coming on board to QBO as a new customer, we're good.
And to even make it easier, the AppSmart team is only selling the online. So that makes it really simple. Okay, good. Next step here is, as we've got those sales coming and we're ready to do that data conversion, what do we do? Right at this point in time, we are doing the conversions free for you. So again, you guys will get that purchase going. You can reach out to myself and Matt, and we're going to help get you engaged with our migration team. What that will do is we're going to have like kind of the little bit of pre-work, right? We're going to make sure that we have logins for both the new and the old. And we're going to have a few questions along the way about, you know, does it do this and what is this and what is that we're looking for, so that when we do the actual migration, it goes through nice and neat. We'll have that initial conversation with you and your client and our migration team. And then our migration team will get started on actually moving all of that data over for us. Once that's complete, we'll have another quick connect back with the customer just to make sure that everything went smoothly, to talk about anything that maybe, you know, fell out of place or didn't look right. But typically they're just really easy to do. Most of the time they're closer to that 24 hours rather than closer to the 72 hours. But we like to just make sure that, you know, your customers know up front that it could take up to 72, just so that they're prepared and not worried that something's going wrong just because they hadn't heard from us in say 20 hours. Okay. And then when it comes to the support, it's a great partnership already. So the AppSmart support team is already ready to go. They've gone through the training. They know what those first steps are. And if it comes to something that they're not familiar with or that they haven't seen before, then they're going to be coming into our tier 2 team. So we're not going to make the AppSmart team sit and wait on hold. They have direct access into our tier 2 team so that we can get those answers for you all quickly. Okay. And then again, you know, we talked a lot about what Matt and I are here for. You know, in the beginning of this relationship, we really want to just work closely with you. We want to know what we can do to help make the selling easier on your part. So for myself as the partner development manager, you're going to kind of come to me for just that day-to-day type of thing. Any type of partner trainings, we're happy to do custom trainings for your teams. We do have NFRs or demo accounts. If you would like to, you know, set one up internally. It is not designed for you to use on don't put your books on it, but it is designed as a demo. We also have other demo tools that you can use. If you don't want to manage an NFR yourself, we also have another demo tool that we can share with you. I mentioned the Sell With program. Again, really easy. Just get us engaged and we're going to kind of take it from there. Have those first couple of conversations, making sure that the customers get into what they're looking for. And you can use us just as often as you can come up with new opportunities. If you're looking at events, you know, we'd be happy to help support those. And when it comes to what Matt is going to be able to help you with, it's kind of digging to that next level, right? So Matt has been here for more than 20 years, and he has a lot of experience when it comes to a lot of different roles. So he has done marketing and product and on the sales side. So he's going to be really great when it comes to helping you showcase your value along with the QuickBooks Online offering out to your customers. He's going to be really great at helping you determine, you know, how do we even qualify? We've talked a little bit about types of customers that we can target, but let's use Matt for, you know, really going out and finding what are the right questions that we should be asking. Do we have some slides that I can add to my overall presentation about my organization as an MSP? Those types of things, and we're happy to be able to do that with you. The talk track, creating value, all of those types of things. Matt's going to help you get to that deeper level within your customers. And of course, the apps.com too, you know, kind of help you guide you along 700 plus different applications that are over there. We also have a President's Club trip. So anybody that wants to join the AppSmart team and head out in April on that President's Club trip, we would love to help you get selling today. So all you have to do is exceed 10 and be the first, either sell the most or be the first one to 10, and you'll be headed to the President's Club trip with the AppSmart team. So with that is it. We are ready to get started. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, we have some. And if you guys have more, please continue to put them into the chat or the Q&A feature. So Justin would like to know, you know, if a desktop customer is still under contract, would we be able to convert the customer to the cloud-based version, so online, and get compensated even if they are still under contract with the desktop version?
I don't know that one, Matt. Do you? My guess is they would need to wait to the end, but we can certainly find out.
Yeah, I'm not aware of what I would need a little more context around what the contract is. Now, again, what you may be thinking there is sometimes you can buy QuickBooks on a yearly subscription basis.
Hmm.
If that's the case and you're, let's just say 6 months into your subscription and you're thinking about switching to QuickBooks Online, we will refund the 6 months of unused desktop when you convert to QuickBooks Online. So if that's what you mean by a contract, they don't have to ride out their full year if they've signed up for a year versus paying month by month. We can migrate them right away and just refund the unused portion of their desktop.
Oh, that's great. Good. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. And that is what Justin was looking for. So thank you so much. Nita wants to know, can you guys both just touch on a few points of why they should move from desktop to cloud?
Go ahead, Matt.
Did I take that one? Okay.
This is your specialty.
No, it's fine. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of, it's really interesting. There's a lot of market research right now, some really great statistics you can share with your clients. 2/3 of small businesses are looking to move their workflows from desktop and from paper to in the cloud. And for all the reasons we said in our training deck. So more people have visibility, so things are recorded correctly, so there's not double entry. The other thing is the way that QuickBooks Online is built and made is to, it's almost like a puzzle. We're going to take care of the accounting, and then you as AppSmart are going to step in with all sorts of other business systems and tools to infrastructure to support them. And that's the way that QuickBooks Online is made. While desktop can integrate in with a few applications, it uses an older API, and there's quite a few less apps. There's not nearly the 700 apps that are available to a QuickBooks Online customer. So as the market is shifting that way, as customers are needing to work in the cloud more, going through the pandemic, a lot of people's mindsets were challenged around, hey, why can't my business staff work from home? Or why can't they, work 1 or 2 days a week and come into the office a couple of days a week? So we're seeing all sorts of hybrid situations, and all of this plays into, again, having all of your workflows in the cloud. And so QuickBooks Online really can help out there, as well as, again, there's some other great studies about businesses, because of all these recent shifts, are putting a tremendous amount, they're building more budgets into their online tools, and they're shifting more and more workloads that way. So it's a great time for all of you as MSPs to step up and help those customers as they're looking to support that for their clients.
Yeah, I think the other day, Matt, you and I saw that stat that it's 70% of organizations have increased their budget to do that shift. So that's huge, right? Lots and lots of funds being dedicated to make that shift.
Yeah, that's a huge number. We do have another question in the chat. Michael wants to know, what are the costs for the plus and advanced options, and what is the compensation, and then what is the cost of QuickBooks Time?
Okay, so advanced is, the customers are going to see that at $200 a month. Plus is $85. And then he said time, what was the other ones? Time Elite is going to be $40, and Time Premium is $20. And then the compensation, please work with your AppSmart channel person. They'll be able to help you with what that looks like.
Awesome. I know we've gotten a ton of questions from the chat, so thank you everybody for being super engaged today. And all of these were such great questions. If you have any more questions, I'll give it another minute or so.
Can I make one quick comment, Amanda?
Yeah.
I just wanted to go back real quick to the question that Tony had brought up. I think it was Tony. I'm scrolling back through, but about ADP and paychecks. Okay, and I just wanted to say one last real quick thing there, and it kind of ties in with this last question about QuickBooks Online and Time. But one of the unique things that we can do with our ecosystem is when you use us as your financial, you use our payroll, and you use our time. Our QuickBooks Online Advanced is smart enough to know if you're a service-based business and you're tracking your time through QB Time, and there's hours, but they haven't been billed to a customer, it's smart enough to notify you as a business owner that you have unbilled hours. And that's why we have proven that we can get you about 12% more billable hours when you use QuickBooks Time, which doesn't sound like a ton, but it's amazing how many times you miss things. And so one other thing I would just add is, as you look at, QuickBooks Time, Payroll, when you put them all together, they can do some really neat things for you. We don't expect you to know all that right out of the gate. And that's why, as Dana mentioned, we're here to help with those initial conversations. But, yeah, any interest you have, anything your client is curious about automating or making better, super happy to jump in and help you out.
Yeah, and we actually just got another question from Tony, so thank you for answering that. But are there particular verticals that would lend themselves to the combo of QuickBooks Time and Payroll?
Well, I think, like I mentioned, just some of the functionality that's built into Time, being able to track people that are on the road, then that really gets out anybody that's doing things, remotely. You just think about how many people are in a vehicle all day, possibly, going from site to site or from job to job, everything from construction to, even just the businesses. If I want to keep track of, how many hours I've got people that are, going from, one customer location to another. Maybe it's, distribution, right? I want to know where those salespeople are on a regular basis and that they're timely, and keeping track of where my company car is. Things like that can make a difference. So those are definitely good areas. Matt, do you have any others that you want to toss in there?
Yeah, I think you really you hit the verticals. It's anyone who needs to manage not just time, but also where a person needs to be next. The great thing is, if you're using our Time app, and everyone has a cell phone these days, and let's say your HVAC and a troubleshooting ticket comes in, I can immediately assign that to Dana, and then it pops up on her phone and tells her where she needs to be, what time. And then from your phone, you can actually, again, track that you're engaged with that job. It's starting the billable hours, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, anything service-based, construction is another one. Lawyers who need to track job, their time as they're talking to a client on the phone, et cetera. Yeah, I mean, anytime you have employees and you're really needing to track their time and make payroll simpler, it's a great fit. And then, as Dana mentioned, because we don't charge for each and every payroll run, we only charge monthly. That's where we will save quite a bit of money over other payroll competitors, because they normally charge per employee per payroll, and we just charge per employee per month. And most everyone pays, every 2 weeks so a lot of companies now have moved to paying weekly. So we can save you quite a bit of money there.
Awesome. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in. I wanted to, thank you both so much for your time today and for your expertise. I know Dana shared her contact information, hers and Matt's earlier, but if you have any other questions, you can, please reach out to them. They're more than happy to continue to answer these questions and provide any additional insight. So again, thank you to everybody who joined. Thank you to our fantastic experts and their presentation today. And we will send out the recording and the PowerPoint.
Great. Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thanks.